Hello, it's Hacker007, and in today's video, I'll be showing you guys the latest Windows 10 Insider Preview build, which is 101.30. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys some of the latest features and the latest look of Windows 10 so far. Now this is an Insider Preview, which basically means things can and things will change before the official release of Windows 10 later this year. But what this video is for, and is intended for, is to pretty much just check out the progress of Windows 10, how it's looking, what it does, etc. Because even though this is an Insider Preview, it's pretty damn close to how the final one's going to be like. Anyway, before I start though, two disclaimers. First one being, this is, like I said, an Insider Preview, so things can and will change. And the second one being, since I'm running this in a virtual machine, and since it's only 32-bit, it doesn't have access to all of my computer's specs. So essentially, it will be a tad slower than it would be if I was to just install it normally. So please do not judge speed of Windows 10 in this video. I'll have speed tests and everything come out when the actual operating system comes out. But strictly for this video, we're looking at the features and the look of it, not the speed, because like I said, we're running in a virtual machine. So no further ado, let's power up the machine, and we'll start from the very beginning. So as of in the Insider Preview at least, the boot animation is not any different. So we have the same Windows 8 logo, which is expected, I think personally, will change. And then we have the same animation. So now here at the lock screen, the original lock screen homepage here seems pretty similar, but if once you click it, you will notice that the second page here, the login screen, is slightly different. So the first thing you'll notice is a circular icon, which is also enlarged compared to, actually everything is just enlarged compared to the previous Windows 8 one. Now over here we have same thing as Windows 10, or sorry, as Windows 8, sorry. We have the shutdown button here, we have a ease of access, and then a current internet connection. So I'll go ahead and log in. Alright, so now we're at the Windows 10 desktop, and this is one of the included wallpapers that comes with the Insider Preview. I like it, it's pretty cool. So as you can see in the corner here, we're running the Windows 10 Pro Insider Preview Evaluation Copy, build 101.30. So I'll go through and kind of show you guys what's new. So we'll start off on the desktop. The first thing you're going to notice is a couple icon changes. So you're going to notice on the taskbar here, icons have been changed, as well as the recycle bin, kind of a more flat looking, transparent look to it. If you fire up Explorer, you'll also notice throughout the whole system, icons have been changed, and they've all representing more of a lighter theme. You'll notice that throughout Windows right now, all the themes have, or all the icons, and just in general, the theme of it have been changed to a lighter look. So now head over to the right hand side here. Clock hasn't really changed, but the clicking it menu here has been changed. Like I said, nothing much, but it's just a more updated, flatter look. Now one thing that's completely new is instead of the Action Center, which I always found really annoying, we now have a Notification Center, very similar to kind of a phone or really even OS X notifications. So what happens is on a tablet, you can actually just click this stuff. On Windows, you're going to have to click with the mouse. But you can click back and forth, and you even have this thing called tablet mode. Tablet mode essentially makes your device easier to use for a tablet. So you can see it simplifies it with home buttons, etc. But if you're running a desktop computer, it will actually by default be set to desktop mode, which has the start menu instead of the start screen. So things that show up in your notification center are like emails for your accounts, anything like security wise for your computer, like let's say you don't have any antivirus installed. So basically it includes the Action Center stuff that you normally would have, plus notifications for like app updates, etc. Pretty much anything, any notifications you would get are going to show up there now. Hey, now right here we're going to have the App Store, which is in beta, but I will pull up anyway. And this is going to bring me to one of my first points, which is how desktop version of Windows 10 handles UI. You're going to see instead of opening like a Metro full screen window, which everyone hated, it now actually opens it up in kind of a window mode. still allowing snapping and still allowing full screen view here. Now personally, I like this a lot more compared to the full screen thing. There's the easy exit buttons. The look is up to you if you like the look or not, but I do prefer the windowed mode over the old full screen mode. Now something new you'll also notice is now that they're actually starting to sell music and TV shows. So you can actually rent TV shows and movies straight from your computer here. Very similar to what Apple and Google already do. Heading down the list here, we'll go over to Windows Explorer. Windows Explorer hasn't changed too much. They still kept with the ribbon UI from Windows 8. Things that have changed though are they changed favorites to quick access, nothing major there. But mostly it's been icons. So as you can tell, just browsing through the files here, icons have been changed. They just to represent kind of a lighter UI. So nothing major has changed. It's just the look. It's essentially just a clean, refreshing look. Now this is Project Spartan, also known as the Edge browser. It's soon to replace Internet Explorer. Now I'm going to do a whole separate video on this eventually when the final release comes out for it. But you can actually, if you download this insider preview, which I will have a link to in the description below, you can check out this, and this is their new browser. It's essentially been cut down and updated and started from the ground up. Now I have to admit, it's decent. I'm not going to give any full opinions yet because, like I said, I'm running some virtual machines, so I can't tell how fast it is, a lot of stuff like that. But I have been playing around with it a bit. I don't mind the look of it. Chrome is kind of getting old. They haven't updated the look in a long time, and I actually do not mind the look of this at all. My only concern right now, at least, is if you go to settings, you actually can't change the search bar besides Bing. So I'm assuming the full release will allow you to switch to Google, because otherwise I won't use it. But anyway, they don't have much options yet to change either, but like I said, this is kind of like an insider preview, so I'm sure a lot of things will change before the final release. But overall though, it's a pretty nice looking browser in my opinion. And the nice thing is too is it blends in with the rest of Windows 8, or Windows 10, sorry. Now Cortana will be integrated with this browser as well, so that you can kind of get like suggestions and etc. right from the browser, which is pretty neat. Like I said, once the full version comes out, I'm going to dedicate a whole video to this Project Spartan or Edge, and I'll give you guys a full opinion about it then. So this is the next thing is probably one of my favorite new features, and it helps out people who multitask. So by clicking this little thing right here, it's called Task View. Very similar to Android or iOS's like multi-view where you can see all the apps that are open. By clicking this, it kind of brings up a tiled view of what is available. Now if you go to the bottom right hand corner, you can hit New Desktop, which allows you to have multiple desktops like on Linux or even Mac OS X. So you can tell here I can switch between desktops, so I can have completely different things open. So for example, I'll have the store open on this desktop. I can then switch over to desktop 1 and I no longer have the store open, but I have the two other things open. And I can still switch them back and forth between the two. So even people who aren't hardcore multitaskers can have simply just a couple windows open and switch between them very easily. And then people who want to take it above and beyond, they can create a bunch of desktops. I'm not sure how many it goes up to, but it seems to go to 21 at least. So anyway, moving down the list here, we have Ask Me Anything, aka this is Cortana. So Cortana is in strictly high beta still, but I can show you a couple of things. When you click on her, she's going to give you weather for your current location, and as you scroll down the list, she'll just kind of update you what you're looking at. So here's the top stories for today. And the cool thing about her is she's like Siri or Google Now, where you can talk to her and she'll give you voice responses. Unfortunately, because my recording application is using my microphone, I can't actually talk into the virtual machine as well, so I can't show you really her in this video. But once the full version Windows 10 comes out, like I said, I'll do a full in-depth video of her because she will be changing a lot over time. Now, Cortana is deeply integrated into Windows 10, so she pops up to other places, as well as she can make appointments, and she's really a Siri or Google Now like version on the desktop, which is pretty neat and I think can be useful depending how good she actually is. So we'll see later how how good she actually is. Now switching over to the start menu, the most controversial thing probably in Windows itself right now, and this is the start menu. So on the desktop mode of Windows 10, you're looking at a mix between the old start menu with your most used and then all stuff, and then you have your Metro or your tiles still there and still live and still working. So this is going to be a mixed bag of opinions. I like the overall look. I like the transparent gray kind of thing, but the icons just I don't like. My personal opinion, the blue just kind of messes it up. A lot of icons here are flat, and then this blue is just really harsh. Like I said, they can change this color before the final preview, so I don't know yet. But that's just my personal opinion. Since this is an insider preview, some of the things do not work yet, like the news app, but they're coming online slowly, and obviously for the final version, they will be there. Now to access all your apps, you're going to have to click all apps right here, and then it brings up all of them from A to Z right there. Now one thing I do not like as well is the power button is above the all apps button. So I wish they could switch that around, make all apps up here, because I feel like you can probably tap all apps instead of power. Although you do have the option to like back out of it, but still. So one of the things I've changed, if you go to personalize, we have some new things here, so we can change obviously the background. But if we go to colors, we can actually choose a color, and it affects the start menu, which is pretty neat. So if we click like red here, you'll see that icons turn red. But what I don't get is it doesn't change these ones. So I'm hoping that, like I said, the theme does change these, but unfortunately, yet it does not. Lock screen, we have the same options as before. Themes, these are classic theme settings. These are kind of your old theme settings from Windows 8, but which I still don't get because they're trying to make us go to this menu, but then they bring back the old one. So I'm not really sure. This is kind of a mix of a clash of two operating systems here. It should be looking like this. I'm not really sure why it opens up a whole new menu with the old settings. It should just pull up the old settings in here, but that's a whole different thing. While here, we'll do a little rundown through the settings. As you can tell, the options have changed a bit. These are kind of your Metro settings, so these aren't like control panel stuff, I find. But here we can go through. So we have multi-monitors options here if you have to. I do, but like I said, my virtual machine won't display those. So going through here, it's a lot of the same stuff that we had in previous versions of Windows, just redone in a whole new way. Now this is pretty neat. Before you had to manually configure this kind of stuff, but now you can actually save documents in a more UI friendly way to different locations. So for example, I always like save my documents, pictures, and videos to a separate hard drive in my computer, but it's not my solid state drive because of storage issues. So I always had it set like that, and I had to manually configure that. Now you can actually simply just click it over in pretty much 2 clicks and have everything move over for you. So that's a nice new feature that Windows is integrating. And like I said, then pretty much the rest of it is essentially the same as before, just a different look. Alright, and so that's pretty much going to be it for this coverage. I just wanted to do a basic overview and little update video on what's happening with the latest version of Windows. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely leave those below. And I'm pretty excited for the new version of Windows. To definitely get a hold of it. It is free for most people, so if you do reserve a copy, it is free for the first year. So definitely reserve your copy, because in my personal opinion, it's a definite upgrade from Windows 8. Although it can't be too hard to make it worse, but it's a definite upgrade from Windows 8, and it's looking pretty good. I do like Cortana. I do like the new File Explorer. I love the new multitasking areas here. The start menu is much better, and of course the nice thing with the start menu as well is if I don't like the start menu, I can replace it with a third-party one. So anyway though, thanks for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thumbs up if you didn't like it, or if you did like it, and thumbs down if you didn't like it. Leave your comments about Windows 10 in the comment section below, or you can tweet me on Twitter, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram, or all those other social media places. If you're interested in downloading this ISO file, I will have a link in the description below to go ahead and do that if you're interested. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and I will see you in my next YouTube video. This is Hacker 007, and I'm signing off.